We start with Kieran Trippier. He's expected to arrive in the northeast today to complete the final steps of his transfer to Newcastle from Atletico Madrid. The England right back will have a medical and is set to sign a 2.5-year contract with the option of a further year. The club will pay £12 million plus add-ons to make the 31-year-old the first signing of the new Newcastle era under the Saudi Arabia-backed regime. We've got Dave Reed, we've got Mark McAdam, and we've got JD Dyer. Right, JD, why do Newcastle want him, first of all?
I think if you look at the resume, first of all, I think that's what most players will go by nowadays. You're talking about a Champions League finalist, talking about a La Liga winner, and more importantly, of course, over 100 appearances in the Premier League already. Is already an England international, and we could talk about all of those things, but I thought, Mark, you did something really interesting this afternoon, bringing Sam Vokes on.
That's a first.
No, I just thought it was incredible because we can talk about it from the players' insight and understanding the training ground and understanding sort of what you see from an outside perspective. But hearing a former player that's played with Kieran talk about his leadership and how vocal he's going to be and how him being a winner, I thought was really three important components and three factors that Newcastle definitely need at this moment in time when they're trying to, let's say, salvage their season and make sure that they maintain their Premier League status.
Mark, a lot of people are asking why Kieran Trippier would want that move simply because Newcastle are in the relegation zone.
I think there's several reasons why Kieran would be interested in going to Newcastle. First and foremost, he'll be linking up with a former manager, which is always a good thing if you're a player. You know what training's like, you know what the intensity's like, you know what the manager requires from you, the type of football you're going to be playing, and whether you're going to be enjoying your life at the training ground, because footballers spend the majority of their life at the training ground, and you need to be happy. So he knows what he's going to get from Eddie Howe. Of course, Eddie Howe signed Kieran Trippier back in 2011, initially on loan from Manchester City, and then that was made permanent in January 2012 for just £400,000. What an incredible piece of business that was at the time for Burnley. So they have worked together before, and Kieran has said quite publicly how much Eddie Howe helped to influence him as a young defender making his way in the game. He's expressed to Atletico Madrid that he wants to return home. He wants to come back to the UK. As much as they were desperate to keep him in La Liga, coming back to England was something that him and his young family were very keen on doing. And I think the third and final thing, whilst Newcastle are currently in the bottom three, they are struggling in the Premier League, is there a more exciting project in world football right now? We know that Newcastle have the richest owners in world football. We know this is an exciting project. They are going to chuck money at it. They are going to do it in the right way. But there are going to be a lot of exciting times for Keith Downey, based in the northeast, and for us, of course, on the transfer show, talking about Newcastle, the types of players they want to sign. We know that the fans are desperately passionate about the football club to be successful again. I think a lot of football fans are quite interested to see how things pan out. So you're joining an exciting project, and where better place to be than the first one through the door of this new era at Newcastle?
I think you can tell, can't you? I mean, we know that Newcastle supporters are really excited by this signing, but you can tell when the club that the player you're signing the player from, their fans are really sad to see Kieran Trippier go. There's quite a few Trippier Atletico Madrid stan accounts out there that are pumping out some good PR for Kieran Trippier. They're really disappointed that he's leaving, and Atletico Madrid wanted to keep him. He formed a brilliant partnership down the right-hand side with Llorente. Can play right back for Simeone, played right wing back as well. Prolific crosser, good numbers for assists, good underlying numbers as well for his expected assists, and it's something that Newcastle supporters are really excited about, and really there's no wonder that, because the Atletico Madrid supporters are so sad to see him go.
We do want to hear from those excited Newcastle fans. Well, hashtag transfer talk on Twitter, especially on this question I'm about to ask Dave. What else do Newcastle need?
Where to start? I think, you know, Keith Downey's been all over the place. I think he said 100 players have been linked with
127
Newcastle. Yeah, since
really had a good Christmas break, because he's going to need it for the next 18 months.
Since that takeover, isn't it? It's a obscene amount of players that have been linked with Newcastle, but there's a lot that Newcastle need, isn't there? And that's why those numbers are being put up. A right back is almost done, as we've been saying. A left back as well they're looking at, although, you know, we've said on this show that Trippier can obviously operate at left back as well, but you would expect him to be playing down the right-hand side. Central defender is another key area that Eddie Howe's looking to strengthen. Central midfielder, and up front as well. We know there's certainly after one striker. That could end up being two due to this injury to Callum Wilson as well. So could be looking at two forward players, central midfielder, centre-back, left-back, right-back, all over essentially.